Now, this week we begin a series of special features on the work of the Joint Aviation Group, the British helicopter force operating in Afghanistan. Task Force Jaguar provides combat aviation support to troops from any country in the ISAF coalition and to the Afghan Security Forces. In her first report, Julie Knox brings us an overview of the work of the unit, which is effectively a flying battalion.
They're from different regiments, different services, civilians as well as military, and they work with 5 different aircraft. 550 personnel come together in the Joint Aviation Group, or JAG, now known as Task Force Jaguar. Bastion Airfield's not exactly strewn with helicopters, but it has scores of them, parked precisely in blast-proof bays or formed up on parade by their detachment's hangars. On one side of the runway, the American lot. Well, lots and lots. On the other side, the British, which fall in under the command of the US Marine Air Wing. But that doesn't daunt the poorer relations.
I think that from a UK perspective, we can really hold our heads up high and be very proud of what it is that we're delivering from an aviation perspective out here. On average, we make about 100 individual helicopter landings a day. That normally involves at least one deliberate operation a day and several, probably in excess of 35 hours worth of tasking as well by individual aircraft.
From a fleet of 30 airframes, which have to do what they were designed for and a bit more to meet the many capabilities they're called on to deliver.
Much of what it is that the UK is seeking to achieve in Helmand couldn't be achieved without the use of aviation in one form or another. Clearly the fire support that we provide through Apache is critical to the self-defence and the defeat of the insurgent. The use of the Chinook in enabling large-scale manoeuvre by the troops. Likewise with the Merlin, with the framework tasking that it provides, and obviously with the Lynx with its armed overwatch as well. It's vital. So I think without aviation in the round, the role of Task Force Helmand would be much, much harder.
So have helicopters' workloads changed much from previous deployments as ground force numbers are reducing and commanders look towards the drawdown phase of the campaign?
I think the threat to aviation in the Helmand province is as real now as it was 3, 4, 5 years ago. Indeed, talking to the Chinook crews very recently, we've been engaged in supporting a number of Task Force Helmand operations, and the collective view is that the threat now and the work rate that we're undertaking is as high and as demanding now as it was way back in 2006 to 2008.
Of course there's pride, maybe competition, as one detachment might like to think it trumps another, but every asset's just as valuable to the effort, says DCOM JAG.
There are some high-profile parts of Task Force Jaguar, and there are some more discrete capabilities that we hold within the piece. But whether you're working in engineering an aircraft, or whether you're flying an aircraft, or indeed if you're part of the logistic chain that supports commitment to aviation, then as far as I'm concerned, it's one part, all the same part of one team.
I'll be examining more closely what each helicopter detachment contributes over the coming programmes. Julie Knox, Forces News, Camp Bastion.